Breaking tonight, Donald Trump takes Louisiana and Kentucky, while Ted Cruz wins caucuses in Kansas and Maine. With me now, former Florida Congressman, Lieutenant Colonel Allen West. All right, good evening, Allen. My understanding is that you think that it was all outsiders who won today?
Yeah, without a doubt, and it's great to be with you, Judge. When you look at what has just happened in these contests, you see that the GOP elite, the establishment, they are really not connecting out there in the general public. When you see Donald Trump and Ted Cruz being the consistent two front runners in these races and these contests, that's a reflection of the sentiment that the GOP, that has the House and the Senate, has not done what they were, said that they were going to do. You go back to December, you look at the omnibus spending bill, you look at the budget, legislation that was pushed forward before John Boehner went out, and people still continue to believe that they're not doing enough, they're not owning up to the promises that they have professed that they would do.
But with Mitt Romney coming out and essentially calling the party's front runner a fraud and a phony, that had no effect, it seems, from, today's results on the Republican side anyway.
Well, it's the difference between, I guess he thought he was slinging kryptonite, but he basically was throwing a snowball, and it did not have any effect whatsoever. And so you continue to see someone such as Donald Trump that appears to be impervious to these attacks, even though he thinks he had a great debate Thursday night. It was not a fantastic debate, but it seems a lot of people don't care. And even when we listened to that press conference and he was asked some questions about policy, he continued to say, hey, look, I'm not here to answer about policy. So there's a populist movement that is going on out there where people are quite angry. They're very anxious, and they want to see someone that is strong, because when you see video of 10 American sailors on their knees and you have Secretary of State John Kerry thanking the Iranians for taking great care of our sailors, people don't want to see America in such a weak position.
And with Donald Trump having that press conference a few minutes ago, he talked about Marco Rubio dropping out and the party coming together. Do you see Rubio dropping out? Do you see Cruz's people even aligning themselves with the establishment, saying, let's get Marco out so I can beat Donald? Is it all about beating Donald Trump, is what my question is?
Well, for the GOP elite, I call it the patrician class, it is about beating Donald Trump, because they see him as a dedicated threat to the power hold that they have in Washington, D.C. Business is good in Washington, D.C. Business is not good outside of the Beltway. But the onus is definitely on Senator Marco Rubio and Governor John Kasich on March the 15th to win their respective home states. Ted Cruz did that here in Texas.
Rubio is not projected. Rubio, it doesn't seem, is going to win Florida. Donald Trump is loved in Florida. Right now, it looks like he's 20 points ahead, and he's ahead in Ohio as well. So, is that even going to happen?
Well, we have to wait and see what occurs on March the 15th. But right now, when you do look at that polling, and when I was a member of Congress there, Donald Trump's properties were in my congressional district, so I'm quite familiar with him and his impact that he has and his influence he has down there in South Florida. That's going to be a big challenge for Senator Rubio to be able to maintain and, as Under Armour says, protect your ground.
All right. Thank you so much, Colonel. Thanks for being with us.